Obrigado mais uma vez. Bem, vamos continuar. Vamos continuar. Vamos chamar agora mais um representante da Nigéria para falar-nos um bocadinho sobre a mentalidade, a mentalidade dos africanos. Com os vossos aplausos.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's always very difficult to speak in the afternoon when everyone has had lunch, probably been doing worshiping false God. Yeah, so we'll change the whole presentation this afternoon. And I just feel that I won't be making any particular in-company presentation today. Tomorrow I'll do that. But my colleague will also, if there's time, make this presentation. But I'm talking about the role of the youth in the economic and social development of Africa, youth entrepreneurship. Because if you check the history, even people making presentations, people who are ministers here, I was pleasantly surprised and happy to see Madam Deputy Governor here.
E são surpreendidos quando conseguem ver uma governadora tão jovem.
It gladdened my heart that he's almost the same age as my son, you know, and I'm going to push my son to go be serious about politics and all that. I'm quite happy.
E certeza aqui de convidar meus filhos para cá que evento.
So in the year 2000, the world entered the knowledge economy.
Bem, em 2022.
And the knowledge economy is an economy where economic growth anywhere in the world is driven or fueled by innovation. And you find that since that time things changed.
Poderão notar que a partir de tempo para cá as coisas mudaram.
There was fear that by the year 2000 that the computers were going to crash. I don't know how many of you used to watch Space 1999. As if the world was going to end. And by that time, the world now entered a new phase. And that phase is about change. The economy is about change. And change driven by innovation and entrepreneurship.
Tanto é que estamos numa era de
inovação, the subject of entrepreneurship has been very this in the education system.
E vemos que o nosso sistema econômico está super desenvolvido.
I started the teaching of entrepreneurship in 1990.
Sim, isso começou em 1999.
No university offered it in Nigeria.
Na Universidade de Nigéria.
Just about 2 or 3 in the US.
No dia 3
de fevereiro, we have grown,
e temos crescido,
and that's what I want to share.
Porque queremos partilhar.
I congratulate the organizers also.
Eu gostaria de organizar aqui em Angola.
Because the thing is that for Angola to make progress, they have to systematically imbibe entrepreneurship.
Tem de estar
the history of people who have invented things in this world have always been the young.
Porque a juventude representa uma força motriz.
Elon Musk, they started when they were pretty young.
And they say, e quando veem que é uma pessoa jovem, as pessoas ficam assustadas.
Can I talk to the side, please? Next slide. Next slide. Now, how do we do business in the knowledge economy? Next slide.
Outro slide.
It was Edwin Gay that said that business is the activity of making things to sell at a profit, decently. And these young people, like Gustav from Rwanda, they are making business decently, doing business decently.
Negócio é atividade de vendas.
Next slide, please.
Outro slide.
Jules Wanniski said that economies are driven not by the dollars in your pockets,
a economia não paga os dólares,
but by the ideas in your
mas
heads.
compra as ideias que temos na cabeça.
In days where people have a lot of money and all that, you need money to
Ideias que as pessoas com dinheiro não
But the
têm.
first asset that you need is the knowledge.
Mas primeiro que as pessoas devem ter é o conhecimento ao invés do dinheiro. Primeiro o
So
conhecimento.
African youths, they are coming up with ideas.
A África tem sido desenvolvida por ideias.
And every day in Nigeria,
Todos os dias na
young
Nigéria,
people are coming up with ideas.
os jovens têm tido
And
ideias.
that was what made some of this Mark Zuckerberg and his group and
Algumas
other
dessas
people
ideias estão
to
divididas
come
em
to
juventudes que
Nigeria
têm
to
grupos.
invest in the young people.
E eu acho que a Nigéria deve investir na juventude.
Yeah, next slide. So every individual person or business operates within an economic environment.
Todas
And I
as
said to
pessoas
you,
ligadas ao
in
negócio,
Angola here, you
com
need to
desenvolvimento
look around
econômico.
you. Look at your environment. What is it that the gaps that you notice? What do
Vamos
people
olhar
want?
para a
You
governação.
don't need to outsource your thinking to other countries. I'll come to the fact that the importance of Africa trading with each other.
Temos que ver sobre a importância da África e dos seus valores.
How much do you plan to spend at each moment in time? That's the question.
Quanto é que
you have to ask.
gastamos? Quanto é que pagamos para gastar cada momento na nossa vida?
What do you spend this
Tempo.
money on? What do you spend your money on? Very important question you have to ask.
Como é que gastamos o nosso dinheiro?
And what happens if you spend your income increasingly on imported goods and services?
O que é que acontece quando
I'm
fizemos
asking
todos
this
os
question
investimentos
to Africans.
em serviços importados?
I'm asking this question to Africans. What imported
Eu faço as questões
Angola,
todas
when you
para a
spend
África.
your money on imported goods, well,
Angola, quando
I was happy to hear that
pedes o dinheiro na exportação,
the trade with Zimbabwe dropped because of what? You came up with a policy. And that's the importance of having policy, industrial policy.
isso vem falando
So
sobre
that
a
you'll be able
importância da
to
política.
do import substitution.
E também queremos falar aqui das instituições.
Because if you consume more than you produce, that
Porque
means
se
you're
temos mais do
helping
que
other
nós
economies.
produzimos, podemos contribuir para a economia da
Yeah,
África.
next slide. Now, the question that I'm talking to Africans and
As
Angola,
minhas questões são colocadas à África, especialmente em
how
Angola.
can we export more? That's
Como
the
é que
question.
nós podemos exportar mais?
Angola, you don't have small business culture.
Aqui em Angola não temos uma
Every
cultura de negócio.
economy that has grown
Toda a
started as a
economia
small business
avançada
culture.
tem
And
sempre
you
uma
need to
estrutura de
have that
negócio.
because small business
E
is the
nós
engine growth of your
precisamos ter isso.
economy.
Os polos de
It's
negócio
good to
ajudam
have
para o
big
desenvolvimento da
businesses.
economia.
Coming to Rwanda, Ethiopian Airlines, I discovered that
De acordo com
it's
a
a huge
Rwanda,
industry. The airline is a huge industry on its own. It feeds the hotels,
nós temos
it
hotéis
feeds the economy.
físicos,
But what happens
economia, mas o que é que acontece?
when, if anything happens to Ethiopian Airlines, the impact on the economy?
Qual é o impacto da economia a respeito disso?
So, what causes the price of goods and services to rise from year to year? That's the question.
Qual é o preço dos
Inflation.
custos dos serviços
And then what
de
do
ano a ano?
what do we mean when we talk about economic growth?
O que acontece quando nós falamos sobre
So
desenvolvimento
these are the
econômico?
things that entrepreneurs and government policymakers must have in
São
mind.
aspectos importantes que os empreendedores
Next
têm de
slide.
prestar atenção.
Now, let me briefly talk about the history of economic change. Just one
Deixa-me
slide.
falar aqui de forma resumida sobre a história da
Next
economia.
slide. Next slide. You can see how the economy grew in the world.
Podem ver aqui sobre o crescimento da economia a nível do mundo.
From agrarian economy, extractive.
De acordo
When
com a
you mine what is on the
estratégia,
ground, you consider what is on the ground, you mine it. Okay, that was how things started. From there to the industrial economy.
estou falando
Led by the
da
British
indústria
in the
econômica
14th century. Okay, and then
no
the
século
the service economy.
A indústria econômica.
The service economy started, and then the knowledge economy, the world
O serviço econômico começou
and
primeiro.
that's what you see when you outsource. China benefited because of outsourcing.
Trabalhamos contra isso.
India benefited
Vimos que a China
from
se
outsourcing.
beneficia.
In
A
fact,
Índia também se beneficia.
in 1948, it was thereabout when the Nehru visited the Prime Minister of India, visited at MIT, Massachusetts of Technology in the US. He saw the need for innovation,
É isso que eles
technology.
precisam para inovação.
And he said,
Tecnologias.
transfer MIT to India.
E eles pegam todos alguns
in
materiais que são
1952,
levados para a Índia.
IIT, Indian Institute of Technology, was formed.
A Índia usa
And
tecnologia
every year,
de forma
over 3 million
avançada.
engineers are being produced. That's
4
why
milhões de
today,
engenheiros lá na
the
Índia.
focus on education help India to be exporting
A
CEOs.
educação tem ajudado eles a
Microsoft is
importar.
run by an Indian. All the technology companies are run by India.
Todas as companhias na
And
Índia.
it was in 2000,
Isso foi em 2000, no ano 2000,
knowledge economy that helped India to apply
que a
knowledge
economia
and then to be
não estava
to train the world.
capacitada para atender
Next
os
slide,
fatores
please.
todos.
Next slide.
O
Next
outro
slide.
slide, por favor.
Next slide. So fundamentally, for economic progress to happen, you have
Para
to
o
apply
progresso
knowledge.
econômico,
Knowledge is important.
o conhecimento é muito
And for most firms,
importante
key
para o
knowledge
processo
reside in the
econômico.
skills of the workforce. There's need to train your workforce. Okay, there's serious need to train your workforce.
E nós
So knowledge
precisamos
economy
melhorar nossas
is
habilidades
fundamentally challenging the nature, organization, and practice of business.
e como organizações nós estamos aqui desafio lançado.
Everything has really changed.
Tudo tem
Every
mudado.
business, everything you do is about knowledge.
Todos os negócios agora
And
são
it's important that
geridos
we
de
apply
forma
this knowledge.
tecnológica.
That's why at the Rome Business School,
Razão
we
pela qual as
train
escolas
entrepreneurs.
europeias
on how to build their businesses.
têm investido em ensinar os seus
Next slide.
estudantes.
There are so many opportunities in these areas for African youth.
Há muitas oportunidades para negócio para a juventude africana.
Agriculture, but not the way we do our agriculture. Agriculture is supposed to be, they have removed science from agriculture. It's supposed to be agricultural science.
O setor da
But
agricultura
agriculture is
é importante.
95% science
90%
and
da
5% work.
agricultura.
Okay? So, but the point is that because we are waiting for seasons for
O
our
ponto
crops.
principal é que nós estamos à espera
Oh,
das
this is dry
estações.
season, we wait for crops to grow within dry season. We need to be growing, doing research. Which crops will do well on a month-by-month basis? We need to begin and put
Nós
science back to
precisamos
agriculture.
fazer de tudo para acompanhar estes setores, porque a juventude precisa deles.
Education is important,
A educação é muito importante.
very important, and that's when we started. I started the entrepreneurial education in Nigeria. Just a few.
A educação dos pontos mais importantes da
today-
Nigéria. E hoje,
Today, I published a magazine. It's in my bag there. So I was going to show you. And that was, I was organizing seminars, training people on how to run businesses, entrepreneurship.
falando sobre os
Then
negócios,
the thing grew, then the government now came in, and the universities came in to
os governos,
assist.
as universidades têm
So
que focar
individually, we need to
na
find
formação dos
ways of
jovens
providing that education.
e encontrar meios para provar que a
My
educação.
colleague will be talking about that education.
O meu colega vai
Now,
falar sobre isso.
another thing is, let me skip the other one. Another thing is technology.
Outro ponto importante é a tecnologia.
I mentioned that, people, young people, need to be encouraged to engage in ICT very, very seriously. Because
Tem
that's the
sido
future.
problema muito sério,
That is the future.
porque isso tem a ver com o
When
futuro.
Saudi Arabia set up King Abdullah University in 2007 or so, they looked at the environment, the Middle East. They said that the economy of Saudi Arabia can no longer survive on oil.
A Sem educação não pode sobreviver por muito tempo.
It is only survive. The future of Saudi Arabia is in engineering, science, technology, and
engenheiros, tecnologia.
And they set up at King Abdullah University, spent about $12 billion to build the university,
Tem gastado milhões de dólares para investir em
$10 billion as grants.
E $10 bilhões de dólares
invited researchers all over the world.
Para o mundo todo.
I was glad to hear that last Christmas, that Saudi Arabia, those living in Saudi Arabia celebrated Christmas for the first time.
Estamos aqui porque não é a primeira vez que falamos sobre a educação em África.
That university, that things are changing in Saudi Arabia.
Na universidade também há aspectos que relativamente à educação estão completamente
mudados. Go back
mudados.
to that place, please. Yes, I just want to talk about, my friend will talk about oil and gas. Outsourcing, let me briefly talk about outsourcing and trade. Because Africa, we need to trade with each other. That's why the African Union came out with the African Trade Agreement. We are not trading with each other. European Union, they are trading with each other. You have NAFTA, North Atlantic Trade. Okay? Why is Africa not trading with each other more? Why must we wait and okay, for instance, there is no chamber of commerce between Angola and Nigeria. And I hope that after this meeting we'll be thinking about setting up a chamber of commerce between Angola and Nigeria so that we can trade with each other. Nigeria's economy is about 79% of the whole of West Africa. And Angola has a lot to benefit.
E Angola não teria como se beneficiar disso.
You know, I was hoping that by tomorrow or so, somebody that will be talking about how to set up companies, because we came here to actually set up a business. We came here to set up a business in Angola so that we can facilitate trade, between African countries.
Entre países africanos.
So the other one, I just go back please, is outsourcing. Outsourcing. In 1991, World Bank declared India technically bankrupt because India had less than 900 million India foreign reserve. The Prime Minister then, who later became Prime Minister, who was Finance Minister then, but later became Prime Minister, Singh. Two of them with the Prime Minister, they looked at the World Bank report and they said, what do we do? Do we throw our hands in the air and surrender? And they decided to improve the ease of doing business. Rwanda is also working on. Gustav mentioned that Rwanda is working on that. Ease of doing business. Very, very key. And that was how India went into outsourcing. And then there was a brain gain. Those that ran away from India, I remember my secondary school teacher in one of the subjects was in India. He was riding a Volvo car there. His parents wrote him a letter that he should come back to India, that they bought him a bicycle. And the man came to class, secondary school. Said, can you imagine? My father wrote me a letter. I should come back to India to be writing,
Daughter, please,
this is my last comment.
Okay, because
this is
we
my
have
last
another,
comment. It's very, very important.
Because we have another speakers and who will make the speech. And
India turned around and then gave Africa about $7 billion in grants. A country that was technically So what am I saying here? I was the first president of Association of Associate Practitioners in Nigeria. And I know how today that industry is helping, contributing about 2% to the GDP. And we can help Angola and other African countries to do that. So we need to begin to think, to change our ways and begin to trade more with each other. I want to thank you for listening. And God bless you.
Thank you so much. Obrigado. Tem uma pergunta.
Obrigado, thank you so much.
Vai ser mesmo a única pergunta porque não estamos com o tempo mais católico.
be the last question because of our times. We are lost and we have another person who will make the speech, and there will be only the one question.
Thank you so much. Entrepreneurship is the act of transforming ideas
Muito obrigada.
product and service in order to get money. But what we realize in our country,
O que nós realmente vimos no nosso país.
Yes, go ahead.
so what we see in our context, especially in Angola, is that young people prefer importing products to sell rather than somewhere they are eating to product or service. This is the first problem. And second is the way the young people open their company and is the way this company are closed up. What is in the race? I'd like to listen from your experience. What is in the race? How can we overcome these issues?
Yes, that's a very, very important question, and I don't know whether I have time to answer that, but I can talk to you one-on-one. But the thing is that the government policy has a way of how did Nigeria get to where we are now? That the economy, when the former president came to power, he said he wanted a private sector-led economy. Encouraging, he gave grants for some companies to manufacture for exports. The central bank also gave the banks to move out and support entrepreneurship as well. So it's not a one thing, it's both the government and the private people to begin to think. Because we started with education. We started with education, telling people the benefits of entrepreneurship. That it's better for them to own their own thing rather than, depending on the government for things to be done. There are some programs that we have already, Dr. Humphrey and I have already mapped out that we can sell to Angola, not advise Angola, the government and policymakers on how to build that entrepreneurial spirit, because you need it for entrepreneurship to take off in this country. It has taken off in Nigeria, it's taken off in other countries as well. I want it to take off in Angola. This is my first time, and I've been following Angola, the struggle over the years. It is my first time coming here, and I love it. Thank you so much.